YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Harry Giles because he could be a potential consideration for this 15th roster spot. The Celtics have waived a few players, including Jabari Parker, who we probably thought was going to be a shoo-in for that 15th spot. Well, he's gone now, so now they have that opening. Who's it going to come down to? And Harry Giles, the 23-year-old, just got waived a couple days ago by the Clippers. And throw in the fact that he's Jayson Tatum's best friend. He was supposed to be an absolute superstar coming out of high school. He was a highly touted recruit. I don't know, could they work something out here to possibly get a totally potentially filled big man here? We're going to dive into his highlights. We're going to react to them. And at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you whether or not I think it's a realistic signing and whether or not if they were to sign him, would he help this team? Before we get into that, guys, I want to give a shout out where it's due. So this video is sort of already in the works, I will say that, but my man Jeremy, I'll put up his tweet right here. Jeremy said, hey, you gonna make a video on Harry Giles? Maybe he could be that 15th roster spot. And I said, you know what? The video is already in the works, but I do want to give a shout out for anyone that's tweeting video ideas or DMing video ideas. So shout out to Jeremy for this one. You're a real one. And hey, great minds think alike. Shout out to Jeremy one last time. Also, let's smash that like button and hit the subscribe button as well. Celtics are kicking off tomorrow if you're watching this video on Tuesday the 19th. And I also want to give another little shout out here to the fact that we are going to be bringing an NBA picks show to the channel. I'm not sure on the cadence yet. I'm not sure how often we'll be posting it, but last year I went 58 if we're erring on the side of caution. 58% on my picks against the spread last year in the NBA, and I'm trying to bring my talents here to South Beach and bring them to YouTube. So I'm gonna hopefully make you guys some money, but we're gonna have some fun doing it as well. Even if we're losing, we'll be able to jump on here and rag on ourselves and crap on ourselves for losing any games. So make sure to tune in to the picks show. In fact, I think one of them, opening night's picks, will already be live by the time you are seeing this, so go check that out on the channel. All right, enough rambling. You guys know what you need to know. Pick show, we got our shout outs, subscribe, like, let's get into Harry Giles. All right, Harry Giles, he is 6'11", 240 pounds. He is a big man. Like I said, he's 23 years old. He went to Duke, and like I said, he was highly touted coming into the league, or I guess coming into college at the very least. But he hasn't really panned out so far, right? Like, he hasn't played full seasons. His best year was actually his first year where he averaged 7 points and 3.8 rebounds. In his career, he's been a 5.9 points per game scorer, 3.8 rebounder. Obviously, he's not a shooter, so we don't have to look at those, but he's a 25% career shooter from three and a 50% shooter from the field. I think, needless to say, if the Celtics are going to consider and go after a guy like Harry Giles, you are banking on the fact that he's going to be a potential filled player, right? You're not going to sign him based on what he's done. But with that being said, let's look at what he's done. And then again, I'll give you my take on whether or not I want to sign him at the end of the video here. Again, Jayson Tatum's one of his best friends in the league. Hey, could that do a little bit for the chemistry? Yeah, I think so. So we'll see. Let's watch some highlights here. He's going up against the Clippers right now, the team that ended up cutting him a couple days ago. Nice little jumper we saw in a second ago. There he is running on the break. Ran the floor. Not the best highlight. It shows that he can run the floor, but he was running parallel with Enes Kanter. I don't think that screams I'm athletic and can run the floor. I will say this, hey, if we're going to give shout-outs really early, watch him. He's on the block right now. He understands that. Is that McCollum? So McCollum's driving, and he says, you know what? McCollum's driving to the right. I have to get into the short corner here. He does exactly what a big man needs to do. He clears the lane out, but is right there for one little power step into a layup if he gets the drop-off pass. Boom, boom. That was perfect. That's an under-the-radar sort of big man trait. It really is. He cleared the lane enough to still be in the lane, if that makes sense. Celtics need a big man. I think they do truly need a big man to block shots just like that and dive on the ground. Oh, we can watch that one more time. That's our 6'11" big man diving on the ground. I do love to see that. I love to see that. He gets the bench going, dives on the ground, flips it backwards. Did he try to flip it backwards? He did. That was a pass. Wow. Yep, I thought he was just maybe accidentally sending it backwards like that, but no, he tried to. Are we going to see a three ball? Oh, we are. Oh, we are. Hey, if he's doing that, sign me up immediately to sign this kid. Are you kidding? Woo! Oh, oh, are you? Oh, oh. Celtics could use some of that, huh? That was ferocious. A little crafty, huh? Look at this little Euro. He gets it, sidesteps one defender, and then it's an easy layup because of that. He's got some skill. There's no hiding the fact that once was could have been. Does that make sense? Like, he was a once was type of player. Like, he was supposed to be one of the top guys coming out of high school and everything like that. That still means that that's somewhere in there to me. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just become a bad basketball player all of a sudden. Like, he still has that crazy potential-filled person inside of him. Seen a couple jump shots. I don't hate that. That was pretty nice right on Bobby Portis. Nice little post move there. Look at this. He kind of ISOs him. Uses his length, goes up and under. Easy lay-in. We're seeing a crazy amount of jump shots. Like, I know that Harry Giles is not a shooter. You won't convince me. Like, I do get convinced with some highlight tapes. You won't convince me this highlight tape that this kid can shoot. But here we are seeing every jump shot in the world go in. Hey, if he's going to shoot like this, then I will take him immediately. But I don't think that that's what the Celtics are going to sign him for, right? I don't think that this kid is a shooter for this team. And I don't think you should think that either. If he develops into being able to shoot, or, you know, he has that sort of, you have to at least respect the jump shot, then that's going to do wonders for his game. But in terms of what the Celtics could actually consider here is kind of what I've said all video long, right? Like, if you were to go out there and get Harry Giles, you are getting an extremely young player that still has so much potential within his game. Like, this kid still has it, and yeah, it hasn't worked out. He's had some injuries. He's had some serious injuries. I get it. It hasn't worked out. You'd be banking on pretty much no facts, right? But we're talking about the 15th roster spot here. If that doesn't scream, go get a kid that has loads of potential, and maybe he doesn't help you at all, but he has loads of potential. If that doesn't scream that, then I don't know what does. If you have the opportunity to get a former sort of top of his class player, and he's still 23 years old, and he hasn't really found the right fit in the NBA yet type player with your 15th roster spot after he just got cut by another team, sign me up. I'm so in on this. And then throw in the fact that he is one of Jayson Tatum's best friends in the league. I think that literally is just the cherry on top. But it's the cherry on top of a very good cake. Like, this is the situation, regardless of the player, of a low-risk, potential reward scenario. Think of the long term here. There's literally no risk in going out and getting a guy like Harry Giles, but the long-term scenario is that all of a sudden, he could be 28 years old 5 years from now, and he could, emphasis on that word could, but he could be that player people thought he was going to be 4 years ago. Who knows? I don't know. You don't know. The NBA world clearly doesn't know. They're not sold on him yet. I'm ready to be sold on him. At least give him a shot. Sign me up. I give the Ev stamp of approval on signing Harry Giles 1,000,000%, because I don't think you're going to get anything much better with that 15th roster spot. So go get Harry Giles. I'm in. That's all I got for you guys. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and then comment down below what you think of Harry Giles. And then one last shout out to our NBA pick show that is coming this season, and we already have one video up as you're watching this right now. It is my free picks on the Brooklyn Nets Bucks game, as well as the Lakers and Warriors game. Go check that out. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.